So in the last all sessions we have learned already how to set up the coordinates, then uh, how to the copy monitor the items from the base files, architectural or structural references. Then we learned how many types of views are there in our projects. Now we will learn to organize the views and organize our sheets and automate the complete process so that we can create different sets of sheets and different sets of views, and we will place the views on the sheets. So these are the tasks. Sheets, when I'm referring, it means the drawings. So we are creating 3D model. However, we are producing the 2D drawing also. It has to go as in the form of printout to the site for the execution of the project, or for the submission as a design drawing for a contractual document. So that's what we do. So if you are working for a consultant, in that case you have to submit the complete set of your drawings from BIM for the acceptance of the client, and that we call it IFC package. So that's when you give the complete information of design to the party, like next party means your client, and then he can distribute the same design to the subcontractors or contractors to get the work done at the site. Now that is the case of the designers. When I say, it means the consultants, the whether architectural, structural, or MEP, whoever. Okay, now next process is the process of making the shop drawing or LOD 400, where the contractor comes and they are going to prepare the installation drawings. So those part comes later. After the design part, the construction part comes, and at that stage the person who are appointed, okay, the main contractor or contractor, they start working on their drawing with reference to the IFC drawing. So which I already explained in the previous sessions in this detail, that what are the roles of which parties and when they come, and what are the fulfillment they have to do to meet the requirement of our projects. Okay, so now if you have gone through all those lectures, you might understand very clearly that the contractor comes and they take the IFC drawings which are received from the client, but was produced by the consultants. Okay, and then they refer that, and then they produce their shop drawing, and then that shop drawing they give it back for the approval to the consultants. Once the consultants approve, then that drawing goes to the site for the execution purpose. Okay, so this is the general way of practice in our current situation wherever the good projects are going on. Okay, so now if the 3D models are there, and if your team is well enough to utilize directly the 3D model for the construction purpose, that is good. But in current scenario, we are not up to that mark that all our workforce is skilled on the BIM, and they can use directly the data or information from the model, and they can utilize for the construction. So in that case, we produce a 3D model, and also we distribute the physical copy of the drawings as a printout. So for that drawing production, we have to produce the sheet in Revit. Okay, so basically it's the 2D form of the same 3D model. Okay, so where the detailings and all the informations are given, and that can be provided to the site, or for record purpose, whatever the way we can submit according to the uses. Now in BIM we have to keep this all information in very clean and organized way in Revit. Okay, so how to do that, that's what we are going to learn. Okay, so first part is organizing your browser. When I say, it means Revit has these functions called project browser. In project browser, all the kinds of views are organized. Organized means it is systematically kept here. So these are the 2D plans, the type of views I already explained, the floor plans, the reflected ceiling plan, the 3D plans, 3D views, perspective and orthographic. So in detail I explained already in the previous session. Now we will see that how we can organize this, so that when the people are coming or going from a project, they will be not distracted, or they will not find difficulty to find a relevant information. So that we have to categorize. So let's say a bit good approach of organizing this system, what we can follow is how many ways we are going to use the views when we are producing in the Revit. Okay, so basically first we do the work on the model in 2D or 3D, whatever, but 2D is the base, and then we sometimes convert in 3D or section, and we connect the items or model the items. But our base reference view is a floor plan view. let's say ground floor, we are working, someone is working on the ground floor, and then they are taking the section from there and they are going updating the details in the section, and they again come back to the floor plan. So in general sequence, what we follow is we take one floor plan and we say that we are working on ground floor on this service, right? So that's how we work. So we will refer that one. So we have to organize that view in this project browser in such a manner that accessibility or readability should be very genuine, like very easy to understand. Also it should not be confusing for the other persons if they are coming, because a project runs for 5 years, let's say, and the persons comes for the employees comes and goes in between the projects, so they should not, the information should not get lost with them when they leave the company or they leave the project. So it should be well organized that anyone can come, they can understand, and they can continue the work. Okay, if someone was working and they leave. So that's how we have to organize it. So in any particular views, mainly these views we use in 3 ways in our projects. So it depends company to company, but normal in a general practice what we do is one view we call it working view. So working view means it is the same view of ground floor, but where there we do the work, like modeling work. When we are doing the your modeling of the 3D elements, that work we do in the modeling works. The same duplicate view of the same level we keep as a separate view, and we call it sheet view or presentation view or print view, whatever you call it. So what we do is, for example, we have a floor plan view of lighting of let's say level 1. So we will work here, but we will create a duplicate, and that we will keep for the WIP purpose. It means work in progress. Okay, so I will note it down to explain you work in progress. Next, what is the use we can have? Sorry. So this I will rename as, let's say, print. Okay, then what other use we can have? Let's say we are keeping is for the QC or checking purpose. So suppose you have a QC department in your company and they want to review it, so you can say that review or QC or whatever. Okay, so like according to the uses of your project, you can create the duplicates of the same views for different purposes. Okay, that is the one. Normally we keep try to keep as minimum as possible, unless otherwise it's not required from the company side, from the workflow wise. Then you have to keep the views as low as possible for 2 reasons. One, the file will be much lighter, and also it will be very easy to navigate. So never try to overpopulate the views unnecessarily. Okay, so in our case, for understanding purpose, I will explain you 3 ways. So for example, we are taking, and one view we will use for work in progress, where our guys or whoever we are assigning, they will do the modeling work. Okay, and then the same duplicate of this view we will keep for print, which will go on the sheet. When I'm saying it, means the view with your title block. So this will go on the sheet, and then that will be produced in a form of 2D drawings. Okay, then we will keep one extra for review for your engineers or whoever is there who want to review and they want to work test or check different kind of subparameters. They can use these views. Why we create these all different views? Because if you are working already in this view and someone else you want to put on the annotation part or doing the detailing of the work, then it will contradict. Same work, same place, if you are trying to do, it will give a lot of time. It will ask the permission from each other. So that's why we want you to work on different views and they want to work on different views. Also the print views we set up in a different type, different view ranges, different color sets. So these all things are there which we want as a output from the Revit in a PDF and CAD format. So that setting, and when you are modeling the items, that time you require different kind of color sets or work sets on of different things you need to have. Kind of visual settings you need different that time. So here we give freedom that the way you want you can have, but our print should look consistent for everyone. So suppose 20% are working, maybe the 20% working styles are different, so they can use the different kind of visual settings, but our output should come in the single visual setting. So that's why we keep all the prints views different places, and that will organize in a different set, and then we will allow we'll create the WIP views for the all discipline for all the floors, and there we will ask our people to work, and whatever the work they will do here, it will be automatically reflected to this view also, and this view will put the detailing or annotation and tagging and dimensionings, everything will do, and that same view will be on the sheet and we will produce as a drawing. So what advantage we are getting? The persons who are working here, but they are not disturbing these views. Okay. Okay, now this is the reason we will have to create this one. Review we will keep as an extra, like for purpose of the QC checks or engineers, they want to perform different tasks, so we don't want our two views to disturbed by the third person. Okay, but still they want to have the look, then you have to have another view, we will call it review. Now other than these three views, we have to keep one more view, we call it export view. So export, normally we do it in 3D for the Navisworks or other softwares, Revit or Solibri, for exporting our views in a particular manner, so that it will go and club and federate with the other discipline models. So that will keep, but that will be not applicable for the 2D views, that will be applicable for 3D views. So that also, so in our cases we are going to use the 4 types of use cases of same views. Okay, now how many views we need? As many floors we have and how many services we are going to deliver. So for example, about the services already I explained in the previous sessions, you should refer, or you already maybe you know already. So we normally have the architectural, structure, interior designing, and then if you come in MEP, HVAC, then firefighting, then electrical, power, lighting, ELV, access control. So these all disciplines are there, which I already explained. So we have to have like so many views for each discipline for each level. So that's why if we'll try to make all these services in one model, it will become extra heavy and it will give it will downgrade your productivity on the Revit. So what we normally follow is we create one model for one discipline and rest of the discipline we link in that one and we work. So normally, suppose if you are doing the electrical services, so maybe electrical, lighting and ELV, all three you can have. So we have to create the 3 view types for all levels, and let's say we have 10 levels in our building, so 10 floors views for 3 disciplines, lighting, power, ELV. Let's say, for example, I'm giving you. If you are in architecture, maybe general arrangement plan or FLS plans or whatever plans if you want to construct, that kind of sub-disciplines you can create. So now you understand that how why we need it and how many types of views we need it. Now the case is how to organize this. So for organizing this, we have to understand that first we have to organize our views in the main discipline. Okay, main discipline means whether it's an architectural, structural, electrical, mechanical, piping, whatever, or what do you call after that. So first is discipline, second is sub-discipline. So the lighting is a sub-discipline of electrical. Okay, and then the type of views, I told you the floor plan, whether it's a floor plan or it's a ceiling plan or it's a section, elevation, whatever. Okay, so this is the type of view. So first electrical, so suppose I want to go in lighting, so I know that it will fall in electrical category, like electrical discipline. So I will search in electrical, I will ignore everything else here, like mechanical. So I'll go to the electrical, then I will try to search lighting, then I will try to search the floor plan, what kind of views I'm looking, and then I can navigate and I can go there. The label name will reflect in the name of the view and the use of that one. So sorry, the use, we have to create one more parameter. So here these 3 things are already by default Revit has provided. So main discipline, it's given, then sub-discipline is also given, but if you want to create more, you can create. Then this type of views already there, but still we told that we are going to have these views in different use cases. For example, whether we are going to use it for the WIP purpose, work in progress purpose, or review purpose, or print purpose. So for that we have to reorganize, we have to add one more step here above this systems, and that we call it, let's say, view use. Okay, so view use or view type, whatever you call it, you can give your particular name to that parameter. So for that purpose we have to create a parameter. Now I will not go in detail now to teach everything about the parameters. You have to learn only this item in for this particular use cases. So as I told earlier also, we will learn not the complete set of tools, we will learn one task how to perform by the combination of the tools. Okay, so here parameter we are going to use to create one parameter which will be applicable for views and which can be used to organize our views. Okay, so for that we'll go to the manage, make new parameter and call it view use, text parameter, value is instance, and it should be applicable for views. So now we have where we kept it. Okay, let's say it went in text, no problem, that we can keep in graphic wherever you want. So so we created a new parameter called view use. So that what we are going to use it for, we are going to use it for the these purposes to organize the views. So first purpose is, let's say I'm telling that this view is sorry, this was the for print, so I'll put print. Okay, then this view I want for WIP, so I kept in WIP. Then this I kept it for review. Okay, review. Now I given the entry of these all view types in here in the properties browser of this view, but now here it's not working, like it's not coming. So how we can utilize that one? We have to go into here view discipline and we have to right click on the browser organization. Click on the browser organizations and you already have different kind of settings already done, but what you have to do is you have to create a new. So let's say your company default. Okay, so company default, whatever, same principle. What we want to have, first view use, then next discipline, then after that sub discipline, then we want to have the family means family and type or view type. So or type also you can use. Okay, I'll do it and we'll see the result. Let me have one. Anyone was there? I got. Okay, so can you see here the differences? Now it was organized in a different way, but now we can see it's organized in different way. So how it is organized? Now our view is in this way. So first we know that for what purpose these views are given here. So first we have to have in mind that what kind of views we are looking, what kind of work we are doing. Are we going to do the work of modeling? Then we have to go in WIP. If we are doing a review, we have to go in the review section and don't disturb the other two sections. If you are using this, if you are placing these views on the sheet for printing purpose or output purpose, then you have to take the views from here, not from here. Okay, so that's why we have to keep it organized. So in organized we are keeping print, review and WIP. For your particular cases you can have a different whatever the uses you are doing, similar way you can add or subtract as per the your wish or your company standard. For general I'm just explaining. Now whatever the views which are not related to any one of this will come like this question mark. Okay, so that makes sure that it falls in some kind of category and all the unnecessary views you can delete it. Okay, so up to here it's clear, right, how we are organizing. Now these things you can do it on multiple combination, permutation and combinations you can do it. So maybe you can keep this sub-discipline above or directly WIP, then sub-discipline, no main discipline, whatever way you want you can have it. Now so that's how we organize our views. Okay, up to here it's clear. Now let's say we have 10 floors in our building. So I will go and let's see how many floors are there in this view. So for example building elevations. So we have 2 levels. So let's say we are going to create 5 levels. Okay, so we have 5 levels in our buildings. Okay, from 0 to 5. Okay, and we have to create three kind of views for all these 5 levels. For example, electrical, I'm taking for example electrical power, electrical lighting, and electrical ELV services or fire alarm, whatever name you can give. Okay, so similarly, if you are from civil background, you can use it civil subdisciplines, architecture, structure, whoever. Okay, mechanical same way, HVAC, ventilation, you know, the AC, ventilation, chill water, whatever you want. Okay, so now for example, I'm taking here 3 views for lighting, power, and ELV. Okay, now so we have to create 5 labels views. Just a minute. So here we have to create views for each discipline for 5 labels. Okay, so as the simple way of creating is go into the view, then create here floor plan, then you can select the click on do not duplicate and select these items. At the same time, you can use this whatever subdiscipline. If your templates are already set up, you can use that template. If not, then I'm doing it none, for example, for my case, and then I'm creating the views. Okay, for example, like this. This is the manual way of creating, and then after creating, you can do and this. For example, here it's created. So these views are created, and then you can reorganize in this templates. Okay, so for that, but a better purpose, like a better what do you call approach, what we can do is we can create a you know, template for each subdiscipline, and then we can apply this that same template subdisciplines to create that particular view type. So for example, I'll create one template for lighting, one template for power, and one template for this one ELV, also one template for WIP, one for you know, print, and one for working in progress, sorry, review. Okay, so these view templates you have to set it up, and then you can apply and you can create these view types. But here the approach we are going to use is different. That is the manual way. Now we are going to use utilize another way. What we will do is we will use the add-ins to create and put our views on the sheets. Okay, so there are 2 tedious tasks here, not 2, 3. So mainly you have to create views, then you have to place the views on first you have to create the views, then you have to create the sheet. Sheet means title block, where the title and the drawing number is given, and then we have to place our views on the relevant title blocks. Okay, so these are the 3 tasks. When you will try to do it manually for a bigger project, so suppose your project has 1500 sheets, so for that it will take you know, a lot of time. So that we'll try to automate. So there are 2 add-ins we can use. First is Rustforth, but that is the paid version. If you want to try, you can use it. Let me show you 2021 I have, that is expired. So one is paid, which is called Rustforth tool, that is very good. The another is DieRoots. This is not this is free tool, but it's not as in compared to the Rustforth does everything at one place. However, the DieRoots we have to do it in 2-3 steps. Still, it's very good you know, to use comparing the manual you know, way. So how we are going to use that we'll see. First I will show you the Rustforth tools, how it works, like the dashboard of it, and then we'll go to the DieRoots, which we are going to use in our project because that is free. Rustforth comes with one month, I think, of you can go always on this website called Rustforth. So you type RF tools in Google and you'll go to their website. And yes, see here, download free trial, you can do it, and it will come with, I think, 30 days trial period. Okay, so you can use, I already you know, completed my trial version, that's why I am not using here. So you can download. If you have not used it, it will work for 30 days for you. Okay, so but my PC already have it, so I'll show you. And just dashboard, and you can utilize it by yourself. Very easy to use. Okay, just a minute. So you see here, these are the dashboards, the items which the RF tool can do it for you. Okay, so you have to go in this section called project setup. There you'll get all the options of, see here it's asking for you know, activation. So but in your case it will not ask, so I'll ask you to you know, try by yourself. download it and it will like be activated easily for you. For my computer it's already finished. So the click on project setup, there you will get the options to create the views, then create the seats, and then the place the views on the seats. Okay, these three tasks you will get in one place in this dashboard. Okay, now but in our particular case we are going to use the die routes. Okay, so die route always is another alternative which is very good. So we have to use two add-ins. This one is the seat gen and then view manager. Okay, so first we'll use the seat gen. Seat gen means first we should have the idea that what kind of how many disciplines we are going to work on this model and how many seats we require. So of course you will have a drawing register already made for you from your company or given from your company. If it's not made, you can make it very simply, like for example lighting layout, floor plan, level 1 lighting layout, okay, level 2 lighting layout, like this up to level 5. Same way ELV layout, like that we can have a drawing numbers. Okay, different company use the different structure of naming conventions, which is your part. You can take care as you wish. But here what we are going to do is we are going to utilize the automatic way how we can do it. Okay, so we'll see that. Let's say for example one seat I'm creating manually, and then we'll do it automatic also. So one seat I'm creating and then I'm trying to place this view on that. So let's say I already made it, so I'll place this here on this view, this title block. Now if I'll go to the seat gen, so you see here you get the option of duplicating it. If you'll duplicate it, create duplicate seat, you can get here the how many numbers of seats you want. So let's say I'm doing it for the lighting, so one I created already, I need another 4, so I'm putting the 4 numbers. Okay, then these all options are there: duplicate or duplicate with detail and duplicate as dependent. Okay, these okay, so before going to here I'll explain you about these things. So I hope if you are already working in BIM field, you already know the duplicate and duplicate with detail and duplicate as dependent. So what it is asking is which way you want to copy the views which you are going to place on this one. Okay, so for example I am doing it the duplication of the level 1. So level 1 we have to create 3 kinds of views. For example ELV, lighting and power. So I can give here 3 numbers. Similar way, if you are doing it for the level wise, then you have to create the lighting for the all 5 levels. Okay, so according to that you can duplicate. Duplicate means it will not duplicate the detailing of the item. For example, if I'll go to the floor plan and I'll try to give here a tag, for example for this wall, and I will try to create the duplicate of this one, then I will not get the detailing, the tagging of this view on this new duplicated view, but I will get the physical item. So if you want to see only physical item, then duplicate only. Okay, but if you want to have the detailing also, like for example whatever tagging and detailing you have done, that also you want to be reflected in the next one, then you can click on the duplicate with detail. Okay, now so this is very simple and easy. So as per your users you can use it. So normally in WIP views we don't use any tag and all, and in print views we need all the details and tags. Okay, so according to your use you can use it. But the third one is called duplicate with duplicate as a dependent. What it does is when do you use it? When suppose our project is big enough to have a part plan. Part plans, it means our building is so big that we cannot accommodate the complete let's say our building is too big, and when we are putting on A0 or A1 paper size, maximum paper size we can go is A0, right? There is no bigger paper size than that. So normally when we put and scale also, we need a readable drawing, so we cannot have any scale of our choice. So let's say we are setting 1:100 scale at A0 paper size, and in that case our portion of our building on the drawing is covered only this much. So in that case we have to have a part plan. Part plan means even for the same ground floor you will have to have 2 drawings or 3 drawings according to your size of buildings. Okay, so we are not going to compromise on the scale size, and we are not going to print as fit to paper. Okay, we are going to print it in actual scale, so that when they will measure on the physical scale on the paper, they will find the exact distance. Can anyone tell me what is the importance of using the scale, printing the drawing in scale? Anyone, if you have used it? No one. Strange.
Hello?
Chandrakant, yeah,
Hello?
tell me.
Sir, even if the
Yeah, Bisha.
dimensions are not there, we can find out the dimensions.
Yes, correct. So see, if you print on paper and if your drawing is 1 is to 100 scale, it means 1 mm if you measure by your scale, physical scale, okay, on paper, printed paper, then it means it is 100 mm. Okay, so this is the scale means. It means it is representing 1 mm of paper is representing 100 mm of actual. Okay, on site. So if I'll do it 1 is to 1000, so let's say, so what it means, if you'll measure 1 mm here in on drawing, printed drawing, it means it will represent 1 meter at the site, because we cannot have the, so for example our paper printout is a smaller version of our building, actual building which we are going to construct, just we have shrinked it down, and that's what we call it scale. Okay, so when you do the fit to paper is printing, what it does, it compromises the scale and it prints whatever the way it can come on the sheet. Okay, so that's why we don't have to do it at all. Okay, so what we have to do, always print in scale so that the precise information will go on the site. Okay, so that's our target now. So for that purpose, we create the part plans. So if we keep on a proper scale and our complete building is not going to be covered on one sheet, then we have to have two sheets. So for that purpose, we can use the two ways you can utilize. Either you can create a scope box covering the part plans of your buildings, or you can utilize the dependent views. So right click and go to that duplicate as dependent. Okay, same way you can create the another one, duplicate as dependent. So you have part 1, let's say this one, I'll rename it part 1, level 1, part 1. Okay, then this I'll go and I will call it level 1 part 2. Okay, now if you'll come on here and you'll try to, sorry, on your crop views, so what you have to do is sorry, so you see on that first, this parent view, we got the two views. Okay, so in the first view this much is covered, and second this much is covered. In this one, what we can do is just click on this one. So see, half of the building is covered in part 1 and half of the building is covered in part 2, and the overall is covered in the part the overall parent view. So the another difference is when you do the duplicate or duplicate with detail, this comes in as a separate view in here, but these views are dependent, so it's coming under this view, it's not a separate view. Okay, so whatever annotation here you'll give, it will go to here. Okay, and one more thing, if you are keeping this in scale, for example 1 is to 50, so your parent will also be changed in the same scale. So this difference is very noticeable. You cannot change the scale of this one if different to these views. It's completely dependent. Only thing we are doing is segregating the part plans. Okay, so whatever scale is here, same scale will be here, but in this case it can be different scale also. So this can be 1 is to 200, this can be 1 is to 300. For example, checking purpose you want 1 is to 600 overall you want to see in one drawing, so that's okay. And if you want to for printing purpose you want to 1 is to 100 or 1 is to 50, that's also we can have. So you can have the two duplicates which are different scales, but you cannot have two duplicate as dependent with the two scales. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Also whatever detailing you will do here, it will go here automatically in the parent view. So if you want to print the overall view, that also you can do, and part plan if you want to do it, that also you can do. Okay, So up to here it's clear. So the same feature was this when I was explaining you. So this you have to decide that what kind of duplication you want to have from there. Okay, when it was asking while duplicating. Okay, duplicate sheets. So duplicate sheet I'm going to do, and then let's say I'm creating 10 duplicates of that one for showing you. So as quick as you are doing, see these all sheets are placed. These are not created yet, huh? Only the names are placed here. The another good way is you can create 100 of sheets. Okay, for example, I am going to create not these only. So I'll do it one more time. So let's say I'm going to create the 100 sheets. Okay, so new sheets, and then here I'm going to select this 100 copies. Sorry, not new, duplicate. So new also you can create and duplicate also. The difference is the views will be duplicated. If you duplicate, the views will be duplicated. If you create new, there will be no views duplicated. Okay. So in our case, I am just duplicating, or let's say we can create new also, new sheets. Let's say, so we are creating, let's say 100. So 100 views are created, and the drawings numbers are created as x100 whatever way. Okay, as quick as these things are done, what you have to do, you have to export these as a Excel file, and you can export this one, and as quick as this is exported, you can open it. So just it will take you 5 seconds, and after that it will display a message called sheet list file has been saved successfully, open file. And when you will open this file, now you will get a option to fill these all informations in Excel. So what you have to do is, see, first is what template you are using, when the title block sizes, then you drawing number whatever you are. So for example, my drawing number is, let's say I want to replace this XX by SHD. Okay, so I'll replace this XX by SHD means shop drawing. Okay, and suppose you have multiple permutation combination, your company name or whatever, so that also you can give ABC. Let's say I'm putting whatever ABC dash. Okay, and after that our discipline name, like you have the already Excel file drawing register, right? If you can copy paste from there also, or if you don't have, you can create by yourself. Okay, if you know the rules of the drawing number system. Okay, so I'm doing it, replace all drawing registers are updated. Okay, same way I can approver name, this check date, author name, I want to update, I can update. If you not, then future also we can do. Same way we can put the title. So let's say title 1 2 3 I'm putting. Okay, title 1, title 2, and what I'll do is I'll try to fill it up to 100. Right, so let's say we have 100 title for 100 drawings. Okay, now I saved it. Someone is waiting. Okay, and now I saved this file and I close it. After closing, what you have to do, import the same project to site. Okay, as quick as it's imported here, you see all your title and sheets are coming here. Now after that, what you have to do, you have to select all and click on next. Okay, apply. See, as quick as this is turned into green, it means all your sheets are created. Okay, so see, it's under process here, it's processing, and one by one all the sheet it is creating. Also it is duplicating the views of that one. Now what you can do is, the created views, the views we created, that we can do here also. Here we can choose it. Okay, so for example, for this page there is no, so we'll get the lighting layout. So suppose for example, we'll go to show you from starting. Okay, so here our views of level 1 is placed already. This we know the title, but this sheet and views are created. For example, if you open the sheet, you can see the here you can see the sheet is created, the drawing number is here, and the title is title 1. Okay, now but we don't have views here, so for that purpose this option is there. Okay, so which view you want to put on this one. Okay, so you select here and you will get the all view list which you already created before. Okay, so now from that, let's say I'm using a review of lighting layout. Okay, this has to come on this sheet, sorry, the print of this one should come on this sheet. Okay, so lighting one print should come on this sheet. Same way power, if I have created, I can select the power. For example, I'm selecting here mechanical. Let's say whatever you want to select, you can select. If you have the list of this one also, which you can export, and if you have the systematic name, you can search also. So suppose you want only all the plumbing, so you search here plumbing, all the plumbing only will come, extra everything will go out. Then you understand which level. So suppose level 1, so level 1 you can select it. Okay, so that way you can emulate, you can do it very quickly, and even you can export in Excel and you fill it there and you can upload it here and that will take it. Okay, so that's how you do it out automatically. After doing it, just apply next. Okay, and this modification is done. Now after that, when you will go to that, and I'll open the sheet and I will see. So this view is already placed on this sheet. Okay, now in this one you have to create that first title block itself. You have to keep it in correct place, so it will place on the correct places. In Rust tool, this alignment also is there. There is a feature of alignment. So on each sheet you can specify that our view should placed at what location. Okay, so that's why that is more better than this one, but this is also fine for doing it this kind of works. Now you can see here, so we have hundreds of sheets here. Okay, and all created with a complete title and drawing number. Drawing number you have to get it from the drawing register, which you have created already in Excel. You just copy and paste in this one. Don't try to import your Excel file directly in Revit. It will not work. Okay, in this Dynamo. Always what you have to do is you have to create the Excel file from here, and then you place the information from there to this columns, whatever you exported or imported the Excel file here. Directly it will not read, because the format of your Excel file can be different what it needs here. Okay, so that you keep in mind. Okay, now so that's how you create the sheet and views. You can duplicate the views and you can place on that one, or you can create views separately. So suppose if you want to create the sheet differently, then for that there is a part of this one, view manager. In that you can create, and here also you can rename the, suppose you want to rename these all views according to your file structure naming conventions. You can export in what do you call this one in Excel, and then you can rename there, save and upload back, and it will rename all your views. Then after renaming, you can choose here that which view should go on which sheet. Okay, after creating the sheet you can have that one also. So same way these all action you can perform, and the most of the work you can do it automatic. If you are using Rust, that I already when I do the projects I use the Rust, which is more easier. What I do is, suppose one project I had 750 drawings, 750 drawings we have to create. So what I do is I open all the models and I run the Rust tools. I give the rules to create the views, and I give the rule of which view names type should go on which kind of sheet, and then which location of the sheet it should exist. So all these three definitions we can do, and then we can run our computer. It will take maybe 6 hours. So you do it on the evening and you go home, and tomorrow morning once you return back, all your sheet views are created and placed on the Revit. So it will reduce your 15 days of work in one day if you'll use that way. Okay, if I don't want you to do that advanced now itself, but at least you should not do the manual way of doing this sheet creation or view creation and placement. If you are going to work as a coordinator, if you are a modeler and you are getting 3, 4, 10 sheets extra, that's okay, you can do it manually. But here I want you to do it by automatic way. Okay, now some of the persons are good in Dynamo. They create the Dynamo scripts for same thing, which I think that it's a kind of reinventing the wheel. If already the good add-ins are available and free add-ins are available, why are you going to use your time to create a Dynamo script and then you run it? There are another side of the Dynamo is good and it's free, but if the tools are already available which are more efficient than the Dynamo, then don't use the Dynamo. Then use the more efficient, which is this add-ins. Add-ins are always better than the Dynamo scripts. Dynamo scripts can't misbehave most of the times. Okay, so and if you're not good enough in Dynamo, you will not know how to fix it. So most of the people are not that good in Dynamo. So don't wait to become the master of Dynamo to become a BIM coordinator. What you do is utilize the set of the tools which are already available. So I am telling you, for performing a BIM coordinator job, you already have all the add-ins available in the market, which are not very expensive, or almost most of them are free. So instead of becoming the expert of Dynamo or the programming, better you just have the awareness which tool can be used for what purpose. Okay, and you are not going to automate everything. So a set of tasks are there which comes in your daily life, and that only you have to automate, and for that plenty of add-ins are already available. Okay, so that's how we'll proceed. So today we learned that how to create the views, how to place it on the sheet, and how to create sheet, and how to modify these all things, the name, the numbers, okay, in an automatic way. And that's what you have to implement on your project also. Now I want you guys to do one sample projects, create any 3 kinds of views for 5 floor or 10 floor for your project, and use these add-ins, and let me know if you are facing any problem. Okay, again I'm saying, you watching YouTube videos or watching any lecture will not work unless you do the practical. So it's not a documentary movie what we are watching, and you learn. It's not history, it's a completely technology, and you have to do it by yourself. Learning on the screen, it will look, yeah, I learned already, now it's very clear for me, I can do everything. And once you'll go to do that, you will stuck at every step. Okay, for me, when I'll show you, it will look so smooth, but when you will try to do it, you will stuck at every step. And that's why I want you to do it and ask me where you are struggling, and I will tell you the trick to overcome from there. If you not do the practical together with us, with me, then you will get stuck, and you are thinking that I'm learning, and in future somehow some way I will implement when it will come in the project. That is not going to happen. You do it now itself. Consider your mock-up project as a actual project. Do it 2 3 4 times, 10 times. Okay, then you will become the you will have the confidence, and even after 1 year it will come in front of you as in form of real work from the projects. You will have a confidence that, okay, I can do it. But if you will not do it practical now, you will not do it. You will fail that time. I can guarantee that. So that's how we have to go. Now the first trick I told you, don't try to learn everything of this. Learn the tools which we are going to utilize the task. So no, do not focus on tools, focus on task. Task was to create views automatically, to create sheets automatically, and place the views on the sheets automatically. These were the tasks. To perform this task, we utilized multiple tools. Now we have to learn only those tools. Don't try to go, so I opened the parameter. You now don't try to search what are the kind of parameters, how to make the parameters, what is the behavior of shared parameter, what is global parameter. Don't try to learn that. Try to learn how to do the automatic way of sheet creation and view creation process. And for that, if the parameter is required, whatever part is required, that only you learn. Then whatever the part of, for example, die root itself have lot of functions. Don't try to learn all. Learn what are the uses to complete this particular task. So in company, you are doing a set of tasks. You are not doing the complete uses of all the tools available in the Revit. This myth is what the stopping most people to go ahead. They think that to go at the senior level or to the next level in the career, they need to master all the remaining items of Revit which they don't know. That is not the way. That is completely myth. You have to focus what are the tasks the next role is performing, and what are the tasks I don't know, and how to do that task. To perform those tasks, what are the tools I need to learn? That only you need to master. You don't have to master the complete software tools. It will never happen. Even AutoCAD is so vast that you cannot complete in lifetime. So that's how your approach should be. And I am in this training covering only the task, and whatever the tools are coming, the best tool, the best automation tools or manual tools, whatever available, I am teaching you. Only thing you have to do is practical from your side and submit in the group. Okay, so do a project, submit it, and then we'll take it forward.